Listín Diario editorial for April 28th of 2022. Don't expect bonanzas. Following President Abinader's warning that this will be a difficult year, citizens and the government as well must assume that it is imperative to go to a life and management model based on savings. Saving energy, superfluous expenses, and non-priority consumption, and learning to live with inflation, with the forcible shortages and rising prices of goods and services, because the fundamental cause of the crisis, which is the war between Russia and Ukraine, will not end for now. It is not feasible to wait for good times, since no economic and social stabilization policy prospers in a changing, uncertain scenario, such as the one generated by a war that can lead to conflagration, although there are ways to ensure two vital things in an economy: food production and jobs. Most of the state's resources must reach the sources that support these two pillars, placing more financing among small, medium, and large agricultural producers, organizing good storage logistics, and industrialization of those items that generate subproducts. Of course, this offensive to support local production must be accompanied by effective controls against the speculation and with more expensive plans to help the less wealthy population, with plans to supply food and money to withstand times of greatest sacrifice. The buildings and vehicles fleet of the state must give the example of savings in the consumption of electricity and fuels, since there are no guarantees that the prices of hydrocarbons can fall in the medium term. President Abinader has had since the beginning of the war an active agenda with the decisive sectors of the economy to agree on policies to mitigate inflation, and has earmarked large sums for the Treasury to stimulate production and protect small and medium-sized companies in order to protect jobs. But in a war economy, all the normal standards that allow a country to advance in growth and well-being change drastically, and we have to land in a reality full of risk, limitations, and losses. The president's forecast about the difficult year is realistic and calls for pragmatism and moderation of lifestyles to adapt them to times of inflation and global uncertainty. For Listín Diario, voiceover and translations by Indira Rodriguez.